Perfect. Alrighty. So I want you to look at your reference. Notice how we've got a lot of pink in her shawl. Well, since there's blue, let's start with the blue. I'm gonna simplify this and just make a few teardrops. And then color those in. Now what I like to do is I like to use the side because it's not so, it's easier to control, and then this makes a really harsh line and this makes a really soft line. So to get that, again, I throw it down and then I just pick it up. I don't reach for it like this. I throw it down and I just pick it up like that. I squeeze it together. And then I just fill it in. Sometimes I start with that outside. I follow the line. This takes a little bit of practice, so don't worry if it's a little bit hard. And if it's too hard, you can always just hold it regularly and do it the way you're used to. Either way is really great. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and do her bonnet too. I'm going to throw it down, pick it up, and color it in. I'm doing both of these in light blue. And then maybe once I go over it once, maybe I fill it in just a little bit more. Totally up to you. Maybe I'll do a little thing down here and color that too. Okay. Maybe I'll take a darker blue and just pick a little area, fill it in just a little bit more, just to create some shadows. I'm just taking a dark blue. Actually, this is almost purple. I'm just adding a little bit more depth just by going over a little bit, not the whole thing. Okay. I'm going to take my yellow and do the feet. Ooh. Well, there we go. Okay. See a little spot. Okay. And then I'm going to take a darker yellow. I think we used these two colors last week. And I'm going to fill in just the sides, just for fun. Maybe I'll even take an orange just to really make the colors pop. Ooh, yeah, that looks like duck feet. When I think of a duck, I think of orange feet. But Beatrix Potter put in a lot of yellow. And now with our yellow, I want you to go ahead and start coloring in her beak. Let's see. I'm going to sharpen. Okay. Wow, she's really coming to life. And then maybe take an orange and just run a little bit of orange in there. Just a teensy bit. Nice and light. That looks really, really beautiful. And now we're going to take a pink right in front of me. And we're going to just carefully fill in the shawl. You can do it regularly or you can do it on the side. You can do a mix of the two. I'm going to go ahead and do it on the side. It's just a little easier for me, and I like the effect. I'm gonna color around the blue. I'm not gonna worry if I color on the blue too much. You guys are doing a great job. I would love to see your books sometime. All right, so it's nice and pink. Maybe I'll go over it a little so it's a little bit darker in some areas. And I'm gonna switch it up and get a red. And just because, see how it's not just straight pink, but there's a lot of pink and then there's some magenta or some red in here. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of that. I'm not even gonna worry about trying to make it perfect. Never worry about making something too perfect. That is a recipe for it to not be perfect. I think imperfect art is ends up being very beautiful. So I'm just gonna do the sides just a little bit. Add in a little bit of red, maybe kind of on the bottom too. I see more red on the bottom. And maybe just some little details. Yep, I like it. Yep, looks good. I'm gonna take my pink, maybe do a little bit more. Maybe color like the outside nice and kind of dark of my cape. And then next week, what I was kind of thinking was that we could cut some things out and do like a, either like cut some things out and like glue it all together in the shape of an animal of some sort. If you guys have a specific animal in mind, talk to your teacher about it and she can email me and maybe we can do that animal. So that's just something to think about. Okay, that looks beautiful to me. If you guys still have some time, you can color in some of the pretty flowers behind. You could just do some nice green around her. There's so much beautiful green. Green is definitely my favorite color because everything in the summer's green outside. I just love it.